This time on 3D Garage, we lift our Supercharged Beetle. Right, so we are back on the Beetle. Last episode, we were pulling the engine apart so it wasn't running right. Pulled the spark plugs out, cleaned them up. Intake manifold has been nicely polished by Alan. That's back on as well. The supercharger hasn't been put back on because we're waiting for a few other bits to turn up. But in the meantime, we've been thinking about what we want to do with this thing, and with the supercharger poking out the bonnet, it kind of reminds me of the old Baja bugs. So what we've got is some all-terrain tyres, and we've mounted it to the spare because I think we're going to mount it to those, but this one is a bit warped. The tyre's no good, but it'd be fine for a spare to go on the roof or something. And we were thinking something like that. So we need to raise the suspension up to fit these. The rear on these is relatively easy to do. You've just got to basically put a spacer underneath the spring mounting plate. So we're going to jack the rear end up and have a look, see if we can get it off and see what we can fit. Just go forward a little bit. Oh, you missed it.
By how much?
If you can push it forward. Go on, go on. There you go.
There?
Yeah. Out the way, out the way. I'll let it out. No, I won't. Go on, crack him off. That was tightening. That was tightening. You were right. I was right the first time. It's a trick though, it's a trick. It stops it from breaking. Because when you tighten it, it's you can't break it by taking it off.
It's to loosen the... shut up.
This is what we've come up with. This is a spacer, I think, off Alan's Land Rover, a 2-inch spacer. Dylan did a fantastic job of deburring that bottom piece so it fits on the cup on the car. And then I have welded terribly a top mount to the top of that. Effectively, the spring will sit inside that. The coil spacer thing, adjuster that sits on the top that bolts through from the bottom will go through the bottom of the cup, through there, and then up into the thing, which I've no idea what it's called. In Blue Peter fashion, here is one that we made earlier. Survived that test. So yeah, we've got a longer bolt. That's the cup that goes underneath. That's the washer, sorry, it goes underneath the cup on the car, which is in between there. And then that bolts up through, the spring sits on there. So let's get it on the car and see how it looks. So we've jacked the rear beam up. We had to put a bolt and nut on the back there just to tilt that spring holder forward. So you might have to revisit that, put some sort of wedge in there, but we just pop that in there to mock it up for now. The springs have sat on there okay actually, and we've wound them up all the way, so this is the highest it's going to be. Shockers, they are way off at the moment. I have bought some extensions for these, but we might actually need some longer shocks. But we can revisit those. We just really want to see how this looks. So let's, can't get up. So this side, that's the original wheel, and all right, it's jacked up, but yeah, you can fit a beer under there. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of space. This side, we've put the shit digger on there with it jacked up already. Now I'm going to get Dylan to drop it down and actually see where it lands. I can't wait for this. This is just all these bits we had lying about in the workshop. Do it. Set it down. We're ready.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. The jack is on.
Look at it. Just give it a bounce. Oh, it doesn't rub. Oh. Oops. Look at the state of it. Look how high it is. Right, so that's the front. We should have measured from the centre of the wheel to there, but we reckon we've added about at least 6 inches of lift. I mean, do you reckon your beer will fit under there now, this side? Oh, very happy, very happy. That's so good. Literally all those bits we had were free. This has cost us nothing to do that. So yeah, I mean, we're going to have to do the front. We've not got time to do that tonight, so that'll be another part of this video, I expect. But what we will do in the meantime is get the other tyres mounted to these Wellers, because I think those with the shit diggers on will just look fantastic. Right, we are back on the Beetle. Today we're going to try and get the front lifted and the rear shocker spaced up as well, so we can use that. Just before we do that, there is something weird happening. There is a partial eclipse today, and Smokey's got his eclipse finder thing, which is a piece of paper with a hole in it. I don't know if you can see on camera. You can just see the little dot of the sun there and the moon moving across it, which is pretty cool. Nice one, Smoke. Right, so the plan with the fronts is we've got these Mark 5 top mounts or top hats. And what we're going to do is remove the top mount from the Mark 4, pop that in, drill some holes, bolt it to the shocker, and then bolt that to the underside of the tower. That should give us an inch or so of lift. What I have done is, because this is on coilovers, I've wound the coilovers all the way up, but that's just too stiff. It's given us a little bit, but it's just way too stiff on the ride. So by doing that, it'll allow us to take that helper spring out, which will release that spring at the top and give us a bit more bounce. And with the rears, what we've got is, I've already done the one side, but I'll show you the other. I think these are like Ford F-150 shackle extenders, but I want to get the back down to get that up. So we'll do the front first and then move on to the back. Going up. Not yet. Going up. Gross. You definitely should have undone that top mount and weight on it. Again. I have been here before though. Nearly. If you need to get a Volkswagen strut out of a hub, get one of these off like eBay or Amazon, they're a lifesaver. They just go, there's like a little slit in the back of the hub like that, and that just goes in and turns and opens it up, ready to be pulled out.
Spreads them.
It's a family show. Like so. That can stay there. Now we've got to get it out. Oh, why has this one got Torx on it as well? The other side didn't. Stupid.
It's even bigger now, the clip.
Could be out enjoying the eclipse, and instead we're working on this piece of shit. And that's simply just pulls out.
Bounce harder, Liam. Oh!
What was that?
What went bang?
I don't know.
I can't do this one-handed.
Give the camera to smoke.
It's stuck. Oh, here's the light. Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Simply just no pulls out. No effort at all.
It's nice and tight.
Do we need another 2 hours later?
Maybe.
I'm really gonna have to.
This would be really to speed up.
So when undoing a spring, make sure you use a perfectly good spring compressor to remove. Is it just spinning? There's not enough tension on it. I mean, it's not going to kill you.
But it's also not going to undo.
Use the perfectly good spring compressor. That is working. Use your perfectly good spring compressor. That's no longer needed. That's how that comes off. Alright. We do need to mark the where to drill on the springs are dangerous. Right, that's the Mark V top mount bolted on. That coilover ring took way too long to wind down, so we've adapted the old top mount on drill. Come on. Oh no, she's spinning.
It's come loose. Hang on.
Try again. Extreme coilover adjustment. So with these Mark V top hats, the arrows kind of go forwards and backwards facing the engine that way. So I'm going to pass this up underneath. The bolt is so Al can hold it up, and then I'll kind of square it off and then mark it. Alright, that's marked. Whoops. If anyone was at Bradfield College in the year 2008-2009 with this reg, give us a shout. It's probably your old car. It's going in my eyes. Leave my sex offender glasses alone. All the glasses, but not the gloves. Get some gloves. Oh.
Hold on, I'm going to put a bolt on the top of there. Can you put the top on?
Oh yeah. Hang on there. Yeah, no, we didn't.
Jump harder. A little bit harder. Oh, and again. And again. What there? Nope. And again. So close.
You want to spin round?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that collar wants pushing at the back.
Yeah.
If we can.
There you go. Right.
Where the arrows were? I just have to spin it until it. Can you spin it if I just take a bit of pressure?
So where?
The top mount.
Oh.
If I can. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, nearly there. Right, the arrows are there. Come back this way. There or thereabouts. Just got to put some bolts in those now. I think it just about sums up how today's gone, doesn't it?
And the attack wrench has got the wrong socket on.
Attack wrench. Let her down. Now for the rears, I just got these shackle extenders. And what I did is just bent those out. The coils fit lovely in there. Compressed them back round with a vise and I just put a bolt through. So that's the shackle extenders bolted in. Now there is going to be a bit of left and right movement in that, but I want that because I've turned that shocker 90 degrees. If I fix that, it would actually put a bit of stress on those bearings, those bushes there, sorry. So by having it like that with a bit of movement in the bottom there, it won't actually do it any harm. So that's good. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. That is our budget lift on our Beetle. Give us a wave from the balcony. The rear, yeah, there's loads of space there. You get a whole hand width in there. Front, not so much. We are restricted by our coilovers. They won't be as high as stock shocks and springs, so it might be something that we would look at in the future about swapping those out. But this is a budget build, and we don't want to spend too much money on this car. I think the shackle extenders cost me about 30 quid. The top mounts were 15. Wheels were 250, sorry, tyres were 250, wheels were 50 quid. So we're in it for less than 500 quid. I don't think it looks too bad, do you? Just matching tyres on this side, the other one's a spare. We do have more plans for this Beetle. This is just a video on the lift itself. We've bought a bit of a roof rack and a few other bits that are tucked away, some spotlights, to turn this into a Baja Bug, but we're out of welding gas, so we can't do much about that today. So that will be another video, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Bye.